round boy table, not round, no square, no triangle. We come to hang and chat like a gang on Fridays as we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're nice round boy table, our host is formidable. He runs a strange, often insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's hobby mad in Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Quite incomprehensible. Blue wrench in hand, we have no plan but to sit and hear Dodge babble. It's a lazy time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the expressed written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
And see it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Feast Hall, fellow Knights of the Round Boy Table. Hope you're all doing well on the other side of the screen. Nice to have you all here. Anthony Dodge, Maltrain Outsider, Märklin Outsider, fellow Knight of the Round Boy Table. Been a quieter week, but it's Friday again, so other than we had a small family health emergency. My son-in-law went into the emergency room this morning for gallstones, but he seems to be okay. He's back home. Yeah. So anyhow, let's go straight into greeting all our fellow knights here. If you came in and typed 5 minutes ago, type in again just so I can get you on the list. But right now we have Sir Lee of Anfield Road, Sir Colin of Wykes, Sir Andy, the hot dog pilot and Lord of the Royal Air Force. We have Heath, from Sir Heath of Humanity Junction. And to answer your question, no, this channel is not a model airplane channel. This channel is what it's always been. Model trains and stupidity, and we like to keep things consistent. But we welcome all hobbyists and hobbits, so you're welcome in both ways. Anyhow, we've got Sir Jean of Ricard is here. Sir Mick of Edgeley is here, which means that the Royal bar is open, tabs are cleared, so you're good to load them up again. We've got Sir Dino from the Model Railway Shed. We've got Sir John of the Mystic Railroad. We've got Sir Dirk from Southern Cross Rail System. We've got Sir Randall of Ellison is here. And let's see, Sir Mark and Lady Lisa from Moneybrook Junction just popped in. Sir Tom of Couples, our new Sergeant at Arms, is here. We have Sir Tom of Houston is here. Sir Eric from Von Don Eisenbahn is here. So starting off small today, but that's okay. We have room for all. We can make it as big or as small as we need to, but it is great to have you all here. I did post a couple of videos this week. I did that video that I released on Monday where I was trying those generic Märklin, the generic Märklin clone decoders, and they work fine. There is a trick, and I do use the term, I did something wrong. I do, I'll put it on me. But in fairness and defense of me, the instructions were not clear. They do say, you will first be setting the lantern address. Okay. They tell you you'll need 2 addresses. You will first set the lantern address. Then you will set the turnout address. Okay. What they don't say is set up the lantern as a separate device and then set up the turnout as a separate device. I was assuming it was like the double slip where both addresses would be on the one device, but it makes sense because basically when I have the turnout set to straight, the light's on, and then when I turn it to open the turnout, the light goes off, which means it's reading, they're actually set to the same address. So first click, it's, it's straight, turn the light on. Second click, it's closed, turn light off. So instead of turn light on, turn light off, and then the second one being curve straight, they're all activating as one. It's not a big deal because I've never done the lanterns before, and these decoders have a different way of doing the lanterns. And I thought, while I'm learning how to use these new decoders, I would try to learn the way they do the lanterns. And so I figured out what I did wrong. I have not fixed it because I don't need to. Anybody else pop in while I was babbling? Sir Raymond of Legs, I think I just saw a pop in. Sir Simon from SJ Train World is here. Nice to have you. And anybody else I missed, I apologize. So, and then the other video I popped up. Let's see, what was the other video I popped up? Yeah, I went to the Toledo Train Show last Sunday. Some of you came in. I didn't get a big audience for that one, but I posted so many videos, I guess it makes sense that, people have said, okay, he's done 3 straight days of live streaming. I need a break from him. Yeah, I bought some Baltimore and Ohio cars, and I bought that one Märklin Sioux gondola. And so I really think, hey, Greg, yep, we know. Sir Ifa Fanzon. No, the lantern turns. The lantern turns, but the light goes off and on instead of the light staying. See, if you wire it the Märklin way, it's powered from an M83 or M84, I forget which one. And the light's always on, and then the lantern turns, and the cutout in the lantern cap shows, you know how these lanterns are, right? So the problem is the lantern turns, but the light goes off. So it shows that you're taking the turnout. It's just the light is no longer on. The lantern itself turns. So it's a standard Märklin lantern. It just, you had to set up the lantern as a separate device. With Märklin, you don't, because you're running it off a different decoder. And with this one, you're running it on the decoder. You actually, well, if you saw the video, you put it on the decoder. Anyhow, the one thing with that video was I was asking for help on trying to identify those cars. Many of you said they're Rivarossi.
Some of you suggested it's River Rossi, then released by AHM or IHC. Looking on eBay, these same cars are Atherns. I found 3 of the 4 cars I got, and they're Athern, or Athern, however you pronounce it. So I do need 2 trucks, bogies. I don't know the difference between a truck and a bogie. But the one car, they're completely roached. They're broken. Actually, I might be able to salvage the one. But the other one is really broken, and I just need to get new trucks, including maybe looking on Thingiverse and seeing if somebody's got a 3D fabrication that I could print up. Because I haven't used my 3D printer in a long time. So, with that in mind, it's been a crazy. I am actually ready. I'm psyching myself up to start working on the Fowler car system one more time. I think I'm just going to try to get a new set of reed sensors, or even Wiesmann has reed sensors, or see if I can find some other company that's got reed sensors to activate the magnet, which activates the reed motor. So anyhow, yeah, that's what I'm saying, EFO, that they were Athern from River Rossi. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear. More people were suggesting AHM or IHC that made these, but the ones that I found identical to the ones I bought were from Athern. I'm not saying they weren't from River Rossi. I'm saying that they were released through the Athern name, not, at least the ones I've got, clearly were released through the Athern name and not through AHM. So yeah, they're River Rossi. I'm not contesting that. I just, a lot of people said probably AHM, and my research said that they were released through Athern. So be that as it may, it's I just need to get bogies for the one car. The rest I cleaned up. I did that last night and today. I was soaking them and cleaning them, scrubbing the axles a little bit. Let's see what the link is. So yeah, I am catching that they are the Capital Limited. And so that could very well be. But like I said, I found them on eBay, and they were all on Athern boxes, but clearly River Rossi made them. Anyhow, enough of that palather. Yeah, if it is, it's interesting. I don't have a spare decoder to grab right now, although I probably have pictures somewhere. But yeah, I never saw that in the instruction booklets, but I've only had the lanterns once, and this was the first time I had them. So I'll double check. Maybe it is on the decoder as well. So anyhow, otherwise, it's the big news inside the house. Joyce has finally finished all her primary work that she has to do, all the state observations, the federal BS, the state BS. Now she just has to pay like $300, $250, $300 to our state. She's got to send all her paperwork that she's now completed and passed and signed. She's got to send that in, and she will be renewed for another 8 years as a teacher. The thing is, she's only going to do 2 more and retire. I'm trying to get her to go out after next year, but I've been nagging her a lot about that. But she really has it in her heart to go out and make it an official 35 years of full-time. Because her first 2 years as a teacher, I mean, this is actually her 35th year of teaching, but her first couple of years she worked as a daily substitute or a long-term substitute, and she was not a placed contract teacher. So she wants to get 35 years in as a placed contract teacher. Yep, a lot of hoops to jump through because you got so many. The thing is, you have local contract renewal. You have so that's one thing you got to do, local contract renewal, and you got to paperwork and things you have to do for that contract renewal. Then you have the state mandated teacher evaluation system, which you do every year. Then she has her state licensure renewal. And then you have your administrative observations and reports. And there's like 4 or 5 things we have to do. Some are every year, some are every 4 years. Licensure is every 5 or 8 years, depending on where you're qualified at. Joyce qualifies for the 8 year. But there's a couple of times, 3 times in your career where they all come due on the same year, and it is maddening. It's insane. That's one of the reasons I retired when I did a couple of years ago, is because the next year I would have had to do all 5. And to do it, to go one more year, because I would have retired at the end of that year. I would have done 37 years instead of 36. I was going to retire in 2023 anyhow. And I just went out in 2022 because to go that last year, I had to do all this crap. I would have had to do all that crap. And it's like, no, 1 year isn't going to change much. So I went a year earlier than planned. Does Joyce enjoy the nagging? No, she does not. Joyce does not enjoy me nagging. Bringing it up every now and then she's okay with, but when I keep bringing it up every other day, because, I mean, it's got to the point every time she comes home and says, oh my God, it was a rough day. The kids were off the wall and I had to do this and I had to do that and I had to do that. And I said, that's why you need to retire next year. And now I just get you've made the point. Shut up about it. And she might be listening in well, no, she still has students. She doesn't start listening in until about 3:40. Her kids go out by 3. They start leaving at 3:15. Some are there until 3:30, and then they're all gone. And then she comes back to her room and starts doing whatever she's going to do. And then she turns the live stream on, as long as nobody from an administration is around. But the kids are gone. So if friends walk in, colleagues walk in, she doesn't care. Anyhow, so, yeah. Hey, Sir Digger, how are you? So, yeah, let's get the trains running. I've babbled enough. We might have there is a video Joyce and I have been kind of trying to work on, and we haven't, not a song, but it's about the parody songs. Basically, some new questions people have asked in comments, and we've done quite a few. And to be honest, I think the last 3 or 4 songs are some of the best we've ever done, both vocally and lyrically. Definitely like the last one I did, the Pink Floyd, even my singing wasn't horrible. It wasn't good, but it wasn't horrible as it is in so many videos. I actually managed to pull it off a bit, our little Pink Floyd bit. We do have other songs that we're going to be working on slowly, and you never know when I get the spur, because none of the songs we've done recently have been ones on the waiting list, or ones that just happened, and because I've got the juices flowing for them, get it and do it. But like Trains Are a Danger, the Eurythmics tune, Love is a Stranger, and then That's Model Railways, which is not a funny song. It's not trying to make fun of the situation. It's just sort of that's life sort of view. And then I did a Pink Floyd one, and she did another one. We've done a few lately. If you haven't caught up on our parody songs, check them out. Give us a comment. Let us know what you liked. Anyhow, so let's go to trains running today. Don't really have a theme today, other than the main 3 are trains you might see in Delmenhorst. Since I've got the Delmenhorst station, these are all trains you might see running through Delmenhorst. And in fact, all 4 of the 5 mainline trains you would see in Delmenhorst, or maybe I only have 3 main lines. The only one you would never see in Delmenhorst is the Alex train, because those are basically in Bavaria and the south. They don't really come up. I don't even know if Alex makes it up to Hanover. I think Nuremberg's about as far north and west as they go. They go to Munich. I don't think they go beyond Munich west. They may not even go up to Nuremberg. It may be Munich and up to Nuremberg, maybe. I don't know. I forget what their routes are, but they are southeastern Germany mostly. Okay. So anyhow, in the front row, lane 1 or line 1 or track 1, we've got an ICE2. You can tell it's an ICE2 because both power cabs, well, one has windows, the other one doesn't. One has seating, the other one doesn't. And then I am running, trying to keep the freight train people happy. I am running a freight train here, pulled by a class 320. Big V320. And it's kind of a mixed freight, tankers and what is it? Tarpaulin cars and gondolas and so forth. And then I'm letting one of the shorties run the main route today. So I've got this Class 440 EMU. So we're going to get him running. Hey, Clintonville, hello. Let's give you a little more juice. I don't want you running too fast, but we'll give you a little more juice there. And of course the Alex, which is a regional, private regional company. And then making a return after, about 6 weeks, 8 weeks off is this guy that's the Class 449. This guy started having problems on the live stream a few weeks ago, and I took it off and could not figure out what it is. Well, I finally figured out. I'd pick it up and look at it, everything seemed fine. Well, I finally looked at the one shoe, and the one shoe, the screw had worked loose. So the shoe was loose, and it was rubbing, it was catching on turnouts. Where the nubs in the middle go up a bit, it was catching on those and turning and creating short outs or getting caught and pulling the train apart. Because these have very soft release pin couplers. So anyhow, and the thing is, when you turn it over, it would fall back into place, and I didn't know it's loose. So I finally tightened up the screw, and I've been running it the last couple of days, and it seems to be running fine. So we'll see if it'll go 3 hours or something will come loose again. Well, hello, darling. That is Lindy Loves. That's my daughter. Hi, guys. Oma's not here yet, but I'll say hi to Kai in a minute. And then way in the background, I am running a little Class 24 guy with some Persil soap. So a little Era 3, Era 4 train. Again, it's a freighter, but it's a little made up one for the heck of it. Hope you enjoy. Hey, did I see Tammy and Ray are here. Sir Ray and Lady Tammy, welcome in, welcome in. So I'm going to put my ugly mug back on camera real quick. Hi, Cayenne! Hi, Cayenne. Opa loves you. Oma isn't here yet. She'll be here later. Hi, Lindy. I'm sorry you guys had a rough day today. You've had a rough week with the little flu bug that hit you guys last weekend and into Monday and Tuesday with Cayenne. How you doing today, Cayenne? Are you feeling better? You were a little laid back yesterday, but we had some fun. Which ski was loose? The one on the left foot. This one actually has skis on both ends. So it was, the way it's driving now, it was the one on the back end. So anyhow, let's go to some trains here and get some views here. Which one? Oh, we started with 11 lane, but we'll do that one. I take it Cayenne is pushing all the emojis. Now, if you are relatively new to the channel and don't know who Cayenne is my grandson. He's 4 years old. Wow, Evo, I thought the Netherlands had noise restrictions even on the weekend. Now, of course, A few people might have come in a bit later because they're expecting me to be on at 8 or 9 o'clock their time. But of course, the U.S. jumped ahead. The U.S. jumped ahead last weekend, so we're now an hour ahead of ourselves. So normally I'd come on at 8 in the UK and 9 in Western Europe. And it's now 7 and 8 that we come on. Just for a week or two until you guys catch up. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Randall. But I've been a mildly popular guy. I've had so many people calling me this week. Video chats, phone calls, literally people from around the world. Some things they want to talk about that I won't talk about live. Some things shared that I can't discuss. Some things other people should talk about first. Nothing wrong with your ketchup. No, I didn't have any problems with your ketchups in the UK when we were over there. Tasted good on my fish and chips. When I go to Germany, I eat my French fries with mayonnaise. But in the UK, I did both mayonnaise in some cases and ketchup in others. He stole your stuff. Oh, you guys are going to the park. Yeah, I wondered why I was getting all those, so. Yep. Cayenne's funny. Yeah, Ifo, that would be very interesting. I'm going to be in Germany, and I've got things to look for. I am specifically looking for a Baltimore and Ohio, and I know Märklin has made diesel Baltimore and Ohio's. I don't know if Märklin has made steam. So I could do, those cars could go with the steam or an early diesel. I think those cars would go either way, and I'm not going to care if they don't. So what am I going to eat with my French fries in Denmark? Probably mayo. I don't mind remoulade. I definitely don't mind remoulade. Americans eat their French fries with ketchup mostly, although I know some that eat them with mustard or ketchup and mustard, ketchup and mayonnaise, ranch sauce, but ketchup is number one. But when you go to Germany, mayonnaise is number one. I won't say it's a stereotype because they're used to tourists in Germany, but yeah, Germans will occasionally look at you like, oh, you're an American, you want ketchup with your French fries. But Germans usually eat it with mayo. But American culture, more and more places. It used to be you got mayo for free and paid for ketchup. But a lot of the places now just give you mayonnaise or ketchup free with your fries. But it used to be, like when I started there in 2003, you got the mayo for free, but if you wanted ketchup instead, you paid for it. Hey, Sir Linden, welcome in. Maggi Würze, yeah, there you go, Maggi Würze. Maggi Würze. Oh, that's something I forgot. I'm sure somebody's typed it at least 3 times. Hello, Sir Dominic. And I don't mind melted cheese on my fries either. We didn't start the guys on the bottom, so let's go to floor cam. We're doing a Beatles day, so I hope you don't mind that. We're running that Beatles Yellow Submarine, and once again, I'm going to try it as 6 cars hoping it doesn't start derailing like it keeps doing. For some reason, I think there's just a bad wheel set on one of the cars, but every now and then it... I gotta keep an eye on it so it doesn't suddenly start. And then the Beatles album cars. Bratwurst and Senf. Mustard is with Bratwurst. Yep. Senf, by the way, is German for mustard. But yeah, and here's the thing. I know a lot of you already know the story, but I got these from Herb. These Maggie. I got these from Herb, and the 20 times I've been to Germany, I've never seen Maggi sauce, or if I saw it, I didn't pay attention to it. Yes, that's just it. I've seen it in Z-scale, but not O. I've only seen, but not HO. I've seen the diesel. There's a diesel set, but the cheapest I have found it is about $390. That's a little steep. So I may just... Aha. I thought I heard somebody. Yeah, we got a problem on that guy. All right, come back around. Let's see if you can get back around again. Why did you uncouple, you P.O.? Thank goodness it's plastic wheels. Ah, come on, dude. I'll just leave it off. I'm not going to fight with it. I swear that sounds like it's derailing too. Not so fast, 24. We'll just shorten it down a bit. It's weird. Sounds like it's... That Eurostar sounds like it's derailing again, and it's not. See, coming around that corner, it sounds like it's derailed, and then it isn't. Well, hello, Sir Steve. Welcome in. Lady Kara, welcome in. Gotta make donuts. All right, take care, Eric. Thanks for coming in. And if Billy is home from school or is home, hello, Billy. If not, hello later. Sorry about that, people who like the bottom trains. I did forget to turn them on, but I'm mildly distracted. Used to put Maggi sauce on everything. It drove the Germans crazy. Well, that's just it. You know, when I go to the restaurants in Germany or the quick places, Maggi sauce is not one of the options. It's ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, or remoulade. Aha, it's you! Okay, so it was a car on the Beetle train. Oh, and there it went again. Uh-oh. We're just having all kinds of fun today. somebody uncoupled again. I'm going to stop everybody for a second. Or apparently, I'm going to try to stop everybody for a second. Here, I'll let you guys watch the floor for a bit. At least you'll see some trains moving. Well, it's going to be one of those shows today. But again, I knew I was taking a risk. Now, why are you uncoupled? Why did you uncouple? You were running great here. It may just be that I did not have you completely tight. So we'll see if that works. Okay. It might be I just did not have those pin sockets tight enough. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's see what's happening in the chat. Hello, Great Northern 70. Welcome in. Thanks for being. Yeah, Simon, I do like my Remoulade as well. It's uncoupled because it hates commitment. Well, I love commitment for a long time, but definitely. But now I'm going to have to keep my eye on it. It just may be that when I put it back together, because I fixed it, put it back together, put it on the track, and then said, I'm just going to run it this weekend. I'll take a chance. Normally I would have parked it for a week or two and then done a... But I ran it in practice Wednesday and a little bit yesterday because the last couple of times I've had Cayenne over, he's been in the mood to run trains again. It's been a while, but now twice in the last week. I didn't watch him Tuesday because he was sick. But last Thursday, this Thursday, he's wanted me to come downstairs and run trains, and he likes to run the UK trains because the controllers are very easy. He kind of understands how to use a central station 2, a mobile station 2. I'm sorry. He kind of knows how to use this, and he knows how to turn trains off and on with my central station, and he understands that the red dial speeds them up and slows them down. But like when he wants to change direction or something like that, trying to get him to understand to press the red button in if he wants to change direction. He gets that, but then he hits the stop button too. Your first beer was a cherry chocolate cake stout. I will not drink a beer if it has any other flavor except beer. We could start a debate and an argument in here. The minute you add something to it that doesn't say beer, I'm not drinking it. Not lemon, not cherry, not whatever. The minute you add something to it that is no longer beer, I'm out. I like lagers. I don't have a favorite style of beer. Although, if I did, I would lean to Pilsners. But I have Hefeweizens that I love. I have had, I have met some people in the UK that have very strong opinions against German beer because it's carbonated, basically. But I don't mind the carbonation. And I've had English beers without the carbonation, ales and meads, that I don't like. But I've also had English ales and meads, that I do like. So it's just how it's brewed and the taste. But I do prefer the carbonation, if that's how you want to put it. And see, that's it. I'll start. I do like Rodlers. But I will say this, I don't like Guinness. I have had Guinness 3 times now. I keep trying to give it another chance, and I don't like it. And I've had dark brews. I've had good dark German beers, and some that are just a little too throaty. Oh, I am just not having luck today. This one, UK car. Oh, it's a different one this time. All right, Beatles, what's going on? It's like just going down the line. Every time I turn around, one. Huh. Are you staying together? Might do better as a push instead of a pull. And I prefer my beers to be on the slightly cool side. I don't like room temperature beers. I want them to be somewhat cool. Hey, bonsoir, Titiari, ça va? But, I've had beers where I've had them once and then I have them again. And the first time I had them, maybe it wasn't good. Second time I had them, it was much better. Because I always try a beer, like, if I didn't like it one of the first 2 tries, I'll try it a third time to see if maybe I just got lucky with a good one or if I got unlucky and had a bad one. So I will try a beer like 3 times if I can. But there is a Czech beer, Staro something. I love that. Their basic pilts, the Staro Prov. It's been a couple years. Well, let's see. When was the last time I had it? I don't think I had it in 2023. So 2019 would be the last time I had it. But I've had it 4 or 5 times, and I've loved it every time. If I see it on the menu, I'll get it. Staro. That's one of my favorites. When I was in Munich a few years ago, I went to this, well, it wasn't Munich, it was Garmisch. It was south of Munich. We went to this little Bierstube in Garmisch, and they had a Hefeweizen. And it was the first time I had it, and it was amazing. And I had it again later during that stay. Really good. And I've only had it one other time since, because I haven't been to Garmisch. But every time I go to that locale and get that Hefeweizen, it is really good. And then I've had Hefeweizens that are just awful. Hello, sir, Tim. Our dear CEO, America jumped ahead. It's about the only thing we've gone ahead on in a while. We jumped ahead by time last week. We jumped to daylight savings time last week. I have had Hasseröder, but not Vulcan. Not Vulcan. I have not had Vulcan. I have seen it on a menu, but it was like there were so many beers, and so I've seen Vulcan, and yeah, the idea is, if I ever come back this way or see it again, I'll try that one next time. Hello, CMD. You need to find an Italian restaurant to eat at. It's almost 9. Where are you at that it's almost 9? You are in Italy. Wonderful. I should have, I mean, obviously I would have assumed somewhere in Western Europe, since you're looking for dinner at 9. Do Italians tend to eat late dinners too? German dinner time is 7 to 8 o'clock. Spain, it's like 9 to 10 o'clock at night. In America, we eat my dad was dinner at 6 p.m., dinner on the table. And you better have your butt in and hands clean by 6 o'clock. If you weren't at the table, my dad got mad if dinner was not on the table at 6:01. And if we were late playing football, hanging out with friends, yeah, we got the riot act. You don't like the German wheat beers. Okay, somebody just randomly beeped their horn, even though I didn't tell it to beep. Actually, Clintonville, I am very pro the United States. And we won't go any further in politics there. I love my country, but I'm not one of these uber people that thinks my country's better than every other country. There's a lot of things we're behind on. But there are certain things Europeans do or other countries do better. For example, European beer, I'm sorry, is better than American beer. European beer is better than American beer. I have my favorite American beers. Unfortunately, half of them aren't made anymore. But you give me a choice between a Beck and a Stella and a Sam Adams, there's no contest. I'll take the Stella and then the Becks before I'd ever touch a Sam Adams. Younglings aren't bad. Yeah, I'll just, in general, European beers, and I'm sure some people might point out Asian beers. American beers, whether it's we water them down too much or what it is, just not that. French fries. French fries are better in Europe. Now, there are places in the United States where I get great fries. There's a little greasy spoon burger joint that I love to go to all the time here called Rudy's here in Toledo. It's a locally run place, but they've got like 3 restaurants. They make the best French fries I get in the United States. They make awesome. They're close to as good as French fries I get in Europe. But overall, I've never gone to a place and had bad French fries when I've been in Europe. And then, ready for the third fight? Ice cream. Italian ice is better. And I used to tell my students this all the time, and they would laugh at me. And then I'd take my students to Europe. We'd go to Germany. They would have ice cream and French fries. I'd go, Mr. Dodge, you were right. You were right. Now, there are things Americans do better food-wise than over there. But, like, American-style, I love American-style pizza, but I love true European, Italian-style pizza, too. I like them both. And as far as model trains go, I think European passenger trains are cooler looking than American passenger trains. And I wish America had a really good passenger train system. I live in Toledo where Amtrak comes through twice a day. And they're never on time. And I got into, and the reason I run European trains is not because I was never into trains until I started riding trains in Europe and decided I bought a train as a memory of all my trips to Germany, and then this happened. Long story short, 55 years of my life, never gave a darn about trains, then decided to buy one to talk about German trains to friends, just have one as sort of a memento. I bought a Märklin train, And it was like heroin. Once I had it, I was addicted. And I do model trains. I never played with model trains as a kid. My dad gave me one when I was 6 years old for Christmas, and I never played with it. I as a kid, I thought it was boring. The lights didn't even come on. It just went in a circle and pulled some cars. And it was just like, boring, 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 boring. I'd rather be outside jumping my bike or something like that. But now I'm really into model trains, and probably because of all the tech. Yeah, and there are some classic trains. I mean, like, I've seen some 1950s, 1960s era New York Central trains that are just absolutely gorgeous. They're as pretty as any train I've seen. Those New York Centrals where it's black with the silver stripe and says New York Central on it, those are stunning. I would love a set of those. I like the Baltimore, Ohio, where they're the dark blue and then the light, much lighter blue alternate, or sometimes it's a grayish blue. But the ones I got are sort of a cream color, an off-white, and then blue. But the ones I'd really like are the ones that Märklin made the diesel locomotive of. Well, hello, Sir Owen of Concord. Great to have you here. Now, I will tell you, there are some cool ones. Like my friend Arthur from from O-Gauge and Slot Cars. He does a lot of filming of the New Jersey corridor and the East Coast, New York and Jersey area trains. I think he lives in the New Jersey suburbs of New York City, and he does O-Gauge and Slot Cars, but he does rail fanning videos. And there are some gorgeous ones, like an Acela Amtrak, I think, or the one that's called the Charger. I would have that on my layout tomorrow if I could find the cars at a price that I'm happy with, because I can run 2-rail cars on my layout. I just can't run the locos. You can't run 3-rail cars on a 2-rail system. You'll short your system out unless they're plastic wheels. Yeah, it's being a little silly today. But I give it some juice, it speeds up, and then it slows down again. But the Beatle train, well, the Beatles album wagons, it's a different coach each time, keeps derailing. All right, so now it's Rubber Soul keeps going. What is up? What are you doing? Anybody else? I've run those cars several times since I got the complete set, and they just want to argue today. The Beetle wagons, to be honest, I don't know. But they're the D-rings and those hooks. Their hooks are fighting with each other for some reason. All right, Steve, take care. Enjoy your dinner. It's the D-rings. Maybe they're not liking this tighter curve, but that's still radius. No, that's radius 2, but they're short cars. They shouldn't have a problem with radius 2. But I am trying to run things a little slower so that you see them in the camera a little better. Speaking of running slow, where is it? Where is it? Quick, quick, quick. Yeah, you'll see this guy coming on. He slows down a bit going up the ramp. He's a long train and an old one. This was a start. This is the startup ICE2. And yeah, he doesn't like going up that ramp. Hey, Sir Andy from March West Junction. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I do. If you're talking about the blue and yellow one there, the NordWestBahn, I do like that one. That's a Piko, P-I-K-O, the German Piko. I really like that a lot. It has a partner. I have a red 442. That's the 440. I have a red 442 that has not run in several months because I blew its decoder. And I was going to send it back. And then I boxed it up. And then the guy that I usually send things to isn't taking business right now. I'm not sure he's ever going to come back in business. And I just let it set for a while, debating whether to send it to Helmut's Hobbies in Virginia or maybe to Renaud's. Although Renaud's repair service is way backed up too. You might not see it for several months. Hello, sir. Hi, and welcome, Lady Mara. Thank you for bopping in. Great to have you all here. But anyhow, so I said to heck with it. I'm feeling very confident right now, very cocky right now. So I ordered the decoder, and I'll try to. I mean, it should be plug and play. It's a modern decoder. You just pop the one out. I looked at the instructions. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to just replace the decoder myself. Yes, hi. I am running my ICE2 on line 1. So it's doing the big loop, and it's also being forced to go up. So here you can see it. This is one of the only shot where you can see the entire long length of, this is about 23 feet, 22 and a half feet from that corner to this corner. So yeah, this is my ICE2, not to be confused with IC2. Yeah, it was not sound equipped originally. But I bought the sound chip later and added it in. And it ran fine for a year and a half, 2 years, however long I had it, until a few months ago. It was before I went to Getz that I was going to run it for a live stream. So I was setting it up on Wednesday, and it went over a point. Another train went over a point. And I left a point open and had a little bit of an issue. Oops. And although it was not involved in the crash, it was going over the point at the time of the crash. The other trains worked. It stopped working. So I don't know if it just, what happened that it blew its decoder. That, you know, we had a short circuit and the automatic shutoff on the Central Station 3 did go off. You know, it did stop everything, but apparently it wasn't fast enough to save that decoder. That's interesting, Clintonville. Yeah, we're supposed to get really windy, but we're over 70 right now outside. We're 70 degrees plus outside, and tomorrow's supposed to get even warmer, closer to 80 Fahrenheit. But, you know, we have plenty of wind breaks. We got trees everywhere. Toledo is actually a very green city. My neighborhood is very green, too. There are just trees everywhere. We used to have 2 trees in our front yard. Now we have none because The one was when they took it was a Bavarian pine, and it was 65 feet tall when they took it down, about, roughly 20 meters tall. But it got one of these bugs in it, according to the arborist, the tree guy. So he took it down. And then they widened the road in front of our house. We're on a boulevard, but they widened the two individual lanes. They narrowed the islands, as we call them, in between. And, our local area got to vote on it. The city of Toledo, city engineers came to us, had a couple of town hall meetings, said, these are the two plans. You can keep the width you have, and we're going to do this, 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 and this. Or you can widen it a bit, and then we'll do this, this, this instead. And probably 70% of the neighborhood voted to go with the wider lanes, because a lot of people park in front of their houses, and it just makes it easier for trucks and everybody to get past. So, but when they widened the area, they took about 1.5 feet off of our front yard, 15 to 18 inches off our front yard. But to do that, they had to cut into the main root of this maple tree we had right on the corner by the street, and it never came back. That was too much damage for it to reciprocate. It slowly died over the next couple of years. So finally, we called the city of Toledo last year, and they came out and chopped it down. Mick has the same problem with wind. But yours have that stale beer smell. '73 in Minneapolis. Yeah, we've had the warmest temperature in January in Toledo was 76, 77 Fahrenheit. In February, I think we broke 80 once a few years ago. And in March, I think low mid 80s. I remember teaching in a building that didn't have air conditioning, and it was March, just before Easter break. And my room, I was top floor. My room was so hot. We had the windows open. I had brought 3 fans in, and it was just miserable. You're adding specials map project, okay. Thousands of miles, so for every sighting, every building, way better. Gotcha. Hey, Sir Christopher is here. Hello, Christopher. The TT saga has been wrapped up for now. But see, this 4-car unit, this BR449 right here, I love that one. That's one of my favorites. Other than I've had to fix it now, but when it's running smooth, like right now, other than I had to make it go together, I love it. I love the lighting in it. I think the detailing on it, even though it's just a simple red Deutsche Bahn Regio, I just think it's smooth as silk, looks sharp, really, really nice piece of machinery. But typical Brawa, it's somewhat fragile. Woodworking building, not the dry can. Oh. Still annoyed with Hornby. Well, I think there's a long list of people that fit that way. I don't want to bash Hornby. There are plenty of people that swear by Hornby. And it's like a lot of companies. It's kind of hit or miss. But I think Hornby, for the size of the company, has too many misses. Accurascale has had some misfortune, and Rapido UK's had a lot of misfortune. But at least like Accurascale, they're new. There's rookie mistakes, so to speak. Hornby's been around a long time. There are things they should know better. Things they should maybe do consistently better. think Hornby just has an issue with quality control. Better than scale trains. Scale trains is horrible. I've heard a couple of people like scale trains, but I've heard a lot of bad things. And the funny thing is, like Rapido, which is a Canadian company, if I remember correctly, Rapido US, Rapido North America, is very, very good, but they've had a lot of problems with their UK lines. Hornby might do better as a private company. They just might do better. More power to them if that's the case. Well, hello, Sir Clive. Welcome in, welcome in. I've actually lowered this camera again, the one below me here. I had it up on a tripod for a while, and I decided the tripod angle was too intense, so I lowered it down to get closer to the trains again. But this view is called the bridge view because the camera is on a bridge. And literally, that's interesting, Clintonville, because I've heard people bash BLI and their customer service. Yeah, no matter what company you name, you will find the people that company can do no wrong and that company can do no right. You know, that's why there's so many companies, because somebody will just find something they don't like. Now, people say, well, I'm such a Märklin guy. I am a Märklin guy. I love Märklin. That doesn't mean I don't have issues with Märklin. For example, I think their ICE4 motors and their ICE3 motors are not strong enough when you build the full 9 or 12 car consist, especially if you have any kind of an incline. If it's a flat surface, fine. But my ICE4, once I took it from a 5 car set to, I think I've got it set up as an 11 car set, and then I moved it back down to 10. It does not like going up the incline back here. It does not like that where you see the 440, that little DMU unit, the blue with yellow highlights. Right there. It does not like that. It slows down and struggles a bit. My old ICE3, the one that's from 2012 or 2011, the very first train I ever bought, 7 car set, has no trouble with that incline. My new ICE3, the 37788 in the 2018 re-release, when they changed it to LED lighting and stuff and slightly upgraded the decoder, 9 car set, hates going up the incline. Although actually it was a pretty good runner, but it did not like that incline much. It would do it, but struggled a bit. But the IC4 definitely hates it. I'd say my old IC3 handles it with no problem. The newer IC3 struggles with it a little bit, especially at slower speeds. And the IC4 just hates it. Hello, Ian! But, you know, the thing is, with me, is once I got into Märklin and I'm doing the C-Track, I'm just a believer that like works with like. Märklin trains, Märklin track, and Märklin controllers just work intuitively together. Now, certain companies like Roco really do a good job of making things work very well. I would say of all the non-Märklin companies, Roco makes the best stuff that runs on Märklin. Brawa seems to be more hits than misses, but definitely has some misses. But I like my Brawa stock. In fact, that 4-car DMU, the red one, that is Brawa, and I love it. Piko, I think, is one of the worst. I bought a lot of stuff Piko. A lot of it works great, and a lot of it sucks. I won't buy Pico's hobby level anymore for Märklin. It might be great for Piko, but I will not buy Piko 3-rail hobby stuff because I've had 3 of them, and all 3 have stunk. Or 4 of them, and all 4 have stunk. Well, that's all right. I've never had one to say. I only go by what I hear. You know, and I have people in here that, and on other channels that will talk about how much they like BLI, but I know I hear more negative about BLI than positive. And again, it can go by model. That's the same thing with Mahano. When I got into the hobby and when I started really following the forums in 2016, the German Märklin forums, if you mentioned Mahano, they all laughed. Like, oh, wow, I saw this Mahano Regio locomotive and I really want it. And they're like, don't buy Mahano. Don't buy Mahano. Mahano is garbage. Mahano is garbage. Mahano is garbage. And they never couched that comment with, well, if you buy this line. But then Dirk from Southern Cross Railway that was in here and hopefully still is, he gave me this Mahano Blue Tiger, and it's awesome. It's one of my best runners. It's strong. It can pull my longest freight trains up that incline without an issue. It's beautiful. It's a good-looking locomotive. And I've got a couple of pieces of Mahano rolling stock, which are fine. And then people started telling me, oh yeah, Mahano, if you buy this line, their middle and higher stuff, it's good. If you buy their quick produce stuff, it's not good. And Randall, now that you and Clintonville are talking about it, that's very true. I think most people were talking about Paragon 3s, and they were saying Paragon 3 was supposed to be better than Paragon 2, and they both sucked, you know. But I've heard their customer service wasn't great, especially with the Paragon 2 and Paragon 3. So, and again, companies learn, companies advance. I will not bash a company. I will say I have heard people say, but if I don't own one, I'm not going to say anything. The only company in anything I will ever bash without owning anything by it is Ford. Because it's a family obligation, you have to bash Ford. I know we talked about it last week and the week before because Dodge, yeah. Yes, Paul Bozeman will tell you how good Mahanos are. He loves his Mahanos. But Paul will also tell you how much work he's done to convert them to make them work with what he wants. And I think Paul Bozeman might share my opinion of Piko, because he's had some Picos he has not been happy with. But Paul does so many great modifications where he just totally rebuilds up. He takes a Mahano chassis and puts somebody else's motor in it and puts somebody else's wheels in it. Takes the shell, cuts it down, glues it back together, and boom! Look, I took a Piko 218 and made a Russian or no, a Chinese class, whatever diesel locomotive. He's got that eye where he says, you know, if I did this and did that to that, I could make this. And God, I love Paul Vosman. If you don't know who we're talking about, somebody can post a link. He's actually, he's Tommy Station. Yeah, I do have a couple of really nice high-end Picos. This 440 that's running is a Piko Expert 440, and it runs very well. I like it a lot. It's upstairs right now, otherwise I'd grab it here and show it to you. My BR442 Deutsche Bahn DMU is a Piko, and it ran great until I burned the decoder out on it. Oopsie. But it ran great for a couple of years. Your layout has a lot of Märklin, never Piko. Genau. Yeah, and of course a lot of companies do that. Oops, we made some mistakes on the first run. We'll do a second run. The Piko Classic line. Well, last I checked, Piko was going down to basically, there's the hobby line and the expert line, and the classic is being phased out. Basically anymore, the only difference between classic and expert is either the quality of the decoder or how many functions they program on the decoder. Like I said, my biggest thing now is to try to find a 3-rail Baltimore and Ohio of some kind. If not, I'll try to find a generic and repaint it. Except I don't think I could do a decent job repainting. I guess I should follow the old adage, buy the loco before you buy the cars. Buy the locos before you buy the, buy the loco before you find the cars. But then again, why the heck doesn't River Rossi make a 3-rail? You know, I know they did at one time, but I just don't think it would be feasible to try to convert a River Rossi 2-rail locomotive into 3. Of course, I got a couple of 2-rail steam locomotives over there that aren't doing anything. You got a couple of Piko start sets, I'll get my code. Seriously, if they work for you, they're great. You know, I will never tell somebody don't buy Piko. I've had bad luck, so I won't do it again. I'll buy Piko, I just won't buy the Piko hobby level. Now, having said that, oh, you're over here, aren't you? Which drawer did I put you in? You're not there, you're not there. You're not there. Are you on the bottom here? You're on the bottom here. Yeah, Tom, I think it was saying that. Yeah, Tom, I've got this, which is a Piko. Now, they only released this as 2-rail, but it's a hobby startup set. I bought the 2-rail startup set, and my guy in California converted it to 3-rail. And it's a wonderful runner. So when I say I've had nothing but bad luck with Piko hobby level, that's not true because this Piko startup, now mind you, the decoder in here is an upgraded decoder, and it's basically had a lot of rewiring done to make it 3-rail. But still, it's Piko stuff in it. Now, it doesn't have a Piko decoder in it because, how do I say this nicely? my guy in California was the licensed Piko repairman for his district in the United States, which is like the western third of the United States. He was the licensed Piko repair guy, the official Piko guy. And anytime I asked him to do work, he says, "Do you want a different decoder in there?" I was like, "Why?" He says, "Because Piko decoders suck." So I don't know, when the Piko guy, when the official Piko guy is not sold on certain Piko things, but he's done it for me. He's taken a lot of things and made them work. He was a magician with it. He took a Piko Hobby Hercules 223 and he converted that for me. And that ran well for a long time, but it just was never a strong puller, so I bought the Piko, what am I trying to say? I bought the Piko Expert version that came out a couple of years ago. And now I've got a Roco one as well. Indeed, Efo, indeed. And again, I'm only going to talk about locomotives anyhow. Yes, Piko will take their hobby coaches and repaint them and say, "Oh, look, it is a railjet, and it's not a proper railjet." But if you want a railjet and you don't want to shell out the money for a Roco or Jäger for a collection railjet set of cars, then I had a nice set of Picos. Yes, they were not proper railjet coaches, but they were the right color, and when my train was going around, I didn't care. Now, my friend Dino has those cars and loves them. Well, hello, Sir Thomas of Split Rock. Long time no see. I hope you're well. There's Dirk right there. You have Piko Hobby level IC3. Yeah, and Piko, did they do a hobby level version of the ICE3? Did they do a hobby level version? I'm sure they did, especially in 2-rail. I know they didn't do it in 3-rail. Well, that's good to hear. I know life happens and it's hard to be around. Just don't see you in the chats anymore. Oh, just missed that. Is anybody coming around quickly here? Nope. So let's go to workstation cam. There we go. Yeah, and Märklin did the same thing for years. All Märklin tin plates, what is it? Raymond Legs, if you're still here, I'm sure you are, EFO. All of their cars were like 24 centimeters. It was basically the same thing, and they just repainted them for whatever livery they were going for. It was like 24 centimeters. You know, basically 10 inches. All their templates were 10 inches. It was just different liveries, whether that's exactly how the car looked in reality or not. Yeah, starter set. Well, I gotta watch that. It depends on the price. Some of Piko starter sets are slightly better quality models. You know, they definitely don't want to put out their crap. But again, to me, it starts with the locomotive. It starts with the locomotive. Because if the locomotive works and works well, you're not as worried about the cars, unless they just really have bad trucks and derail all the time and so forth. But, you know, and everybody has a bad car. Or you put it on the wrong radius, or you put it on the wrong track. You know, there are some old cars that really can't handle anything other than code 100 track. I've got that Juef the really old Jouef, you know, that's 30, 40 years old, French 241 that I ran in and seemed to be okay, but the minute it was pulling weight, the minute it started pulling other cars, it was bumping along the Märklin code 83 track, and I think it was EFO who said they really need code 100 track. I still want to get that running. It's a gorgeous train, and it can only run in DC, so I want to put it on that down under layout there and just let it run. But if it's going to go boom, 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 because its phalanges are catching the ties on the track, then it's not, you know, I don't want to risk damaging it. But yeah, there is absolutely no difference between the ICE3 starter set and the Amtrak ICE3 starter set. They literally just a different paint job. It's the exact same train. And like I said, this Piko, it runs this track, this Piko ICE3 Amtrak, it runs my layout beautifully. Now it's only running in a 6-car. A 6-car consist. Or is it 7? I think it's 6. It's only running in a 6-car consist. But it handles everything beautifully. See, this is a 4K cam here. This here is a 4K cam. Oh, that reminds me. I want to try to set that up. Let's do a little cab forward today. Okay, so first thing I want to do is GoPro quick, and then I got to set up Mona server. So I'm going to do, sorry to make y'all squint. Yeah, C-Track is code 83. Might have to get brass Fleischmann tracked around. Well, I'm not going to invest in any more track. I've still got some spare Trick C-Track. And I've got tons of Märklin C-Track. Which I would sell, but I think Jean Ricard would yell at me. You always want to sell or give away. Yeah, well, I've got so much, but you might need it someday. I always keep a little extra, but I think I'm done with the major track projects now. I think I am done. It is time to start putting some ballast and scenery and stuff in. If you haven't hit the like button, it's because I haven't done anything you like. You're under no obligation. I'd rather you go back and like Matt Clark and the Parody songs. Because those are things I want to be like. Live streams? Well, I figure if I do something you don't like, you don't come back. That's why hundreds come, and you'll see them visit once or twice, and then you never see them again because they're like, who wants to watch this idiot? What happens if an EF5 tornado hits? Then I start all over. Fortunately, this is insured. I have pictures of everything. The biggest thing is I had to, after we talked about insurance, was it on the Wacky Weekend show last week or the week before? I think it was Eric from Bandon Eisenbahn was talking about it. And I said, yeah, I better take some pictures of all my new stock. Although I do have videos of all the new stock. All on YouTube. Oh. I would wonder what drug somebody was doing or what chemical experiments they were doing in the basement that I had a HO scale EF5 tornado hit my layout. And I'd still claim insurance. I just have to worry about 1-to-1 scale cats. That's the big issue I have to watch out for. That's why you can see them in some places, but especially when I park my trains, they're always parked next to, let's see, does this camera, you might see my hand here. Is it on? Well, you can see it. Yeah, let's go to camera 8. Yeah, you can see there's long pieces of plasticine along the edges. That's to keep trains from falling off the table, and hopefully cats not knocking them off the table. Okay, so I gotta open up Mona server. I've got to open up VLC. Then I got to turn this guy on. Beep, beep, beep. I'll catch you next time around. Okay, now you'll find it. Bing, bing, bing. No, I don't want that. And then I want live stream. Dude. Live stream. Other. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Yes, connect. You were already connected. Why did you disconnect to connect? Ah, crazy ass. Okay. Continue. Go live. All right, so I'm on the server. Yep, now it's reading it. And now media. Bingo, bango, bongo, we are in business. So if the screen goes black, don't panic. Where is that train? How soon? Okay, he's coming around right now. So give me a second here. Let's make y'all squint again. Just temporarily. All right, fella. Dude, come on. There you go. Okay, so we're connected. Yep, there he is up there. All right. So this will go blank for a second. Bear with me. This will be blank for a second, then should come on in about there. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I did that. I want to thank everybody for the very positive feedback on my dual front cab passenger view. But I've got the passenger view going today. It's been a long time since I've done the GoPro camera. So let's have a little fun and run the GoPro on the layout. There's about a 2.5 second delay between the footage it captures and you're seeing it. Hi, Dave from Scott Rails. And did I see Lord Owl is here? Hello, Sir Dave and Sir Owl. Welcome in. How are you doing, Dave? Sir Dave? Indeed. So you're gonna watch the Alex train for a little bit. They're at about the same. They really are at almost identical speeds there. He is not gaining on them. The only reason the Alex is pulling ahead is the Alex is on a tighter radius. Hey, Sir James of Dundas Junction, how are you? I'm God. But yeah, the first time I set this up, I had not seen a channel that did, quote, passenger view. People were doing, and I bought a cube camera for doing running session videos when I used to do them. And sometimes I'd have it in front of the train, looking on the train, looking forward. And I bought the GoPro because I wanted one I could bring in Wi-Fi to my channel on the live streams. But the problem is the GoPro is too wide for how tight my tracks are. And I can't stand it up. I can't stand it up because it's so tall and still wide that it catches the canopies on the Delmenhorst station that it's about to go through. And we'll do a slow crawl through my Delmenhorst station. I don't know, are the batteries good for the lights? Batteries might be dead. Yeah, I think the batteries are dead for the lights at the station. I'll have to replace them. But anyhow, I'll speed them back up. But anyhow, I did this, and I had to just do it sideways, and I fell in love with it. I had not seen what I call the passenger view. I had not seen it. I'm not saying I created it. I obviously wouldn't have. Somebody had to have done it before me. But I know a lot of people said they liked it when I did it, that they hadn't seen it either. But yeah, I love the picture here. Thanks, Dirk. Yeah, this is a GoPro. Now, it's a 4K GoPro, but for live streaming, it will only broadcast 1080. It will not do 4K for live streaming. We're just going to keep catching up with that Alex and go. Yeah, that's right. You got your new glasses. I basically have to get new glasses almost every year. My vision just gets worse enough that my optometrist, okay, it's time. Now, I usually go 2 years, but they nag me. They're like, get in here and let's check your vision. Yeah, all those poor passengers. Now, I do want to try to stop this because I am going to be adding to this. I just put in an order from Model U from the UK. Stop, 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 stop. Okay. Yeah, so right there, you have Sparky 107, Heath Hurwitz, and Rick from Foltz Bailey Railway are all right there. Oh, my fence fell down. Huh, I'll have to put that back up. Oh, well. Yeah, well, Model U had some issues. I think they do the scanning, and then they send the scans to a company. And from what I'm understanding, the company that was doing their 3D printing got overloaded, something, whatever, and they were trying to find a new company to do it. Now, people like Alan from Dragon Junction, Lord Al. Now, the thing is, Peter Dixon, his figures were not on Model U's site. I don't know if he did it as just a private thing and said, no, don't release them publicly, because I was going to buy that. But I did buy Lord Al, Dawn Quest, Jenny Kirk, Richard from New Junction, and somebody else. I bought 5. But, so yeah, I've got those 3. The problem is, I hate to say this, I can't remember where I put Artie. Artie is somewhere on this layout, and I forget where I put him. I was going to put him over there with the Americans, but I have no idea where I put Artie. But I do have a lot of scenes here. The problem is these are currently run by a battery operated switch, and the batteries are dead. I suppose I could run upstairs and get some double A's, and you could see them. And the funny thing is, if I turned it around, you'd see my joke scene, which is Santa Claus and his reindeer getting arrested by the police. Is Artie on the other side, maybe? Is that Artie there? I got to remember where I put Artie now. I can't remember where I put Artie. But I've got some American and then UK guys. Did I put them upside down? It's possible. I did have them with a couple of kangaroos at one time, and now I can't read. So maybe I didn't put him on yet. He's going to be with that one building and with the kangaroos, I think. I'll bet he's in that one tray. I also have, but I'm not done painting him, I have Richard Brown from Trains in the Attic, Richard Brown. And I have Mark from Donegal Dad Railway. He's down in this pile here. So, yeah, I got to finish painting Richard. But yeah, I got Richard from Trains in the Attic. But then I'll have Lord Owl and a few others. But I really wanted Peter Dixon from Torden Road. All right, well, you guys have seen that enough. Let's go to some other views. Ta-da! The sky view. The drone view. Hello, Sir Andy of Dobson. Welcome. That's going to drive me crazy. Where did I put Artie? I can't even say Finding Artie's a new game because that was the game we played for the 2000 subs. Thank you. It was a game of Where's Artie? You know, we kind of did a Where's Waldo, but Where's Artie? But that was cool because we had a great discussion on Wacky Weekend Light last week. And speaking of Wacky Weekend Light, Artie's show, it's going to be on my channel consistently for the next anywhere from 3 to 8 weeks. I cannot talk about it. There has been a preliminary resolution to the stuff involving Artie. But still some things have to be ironed out and worked out, but it's not my job to say. Maybe Artie will say I said too much already. I hope he doesn't mind that I just said there's been a potential resolution, but Knowing my luck, I will have jinxed it by saying something. But because of the situation, he has to stay off of social media for a while. Hey, did I see Mark from Stanover is here? Well, thank you, Captain Static. It's an honor to have you here. And Tom's Märklin train layout is here. Because, Tom, we were just talking about my 241 and how it was bumping along when it was trying to pull cars on that track. And you went and tried your newer one, but you got to find an old one and see if it has the same problem. Willy Gunther is home! Hello, Willy! Guten Tag! Or since you like to say it, Servus. That's the Bavarian, Southern Bavarian greeting. Servus. Upper Bavarian or Southern Bavarian. Servus. Or Grüß Gott. Grüß Gott. If you go into northern Germany and say Servus, they tend to look at you like, oh, you're Bavarian. Huh. Shooby-dooby-doo, where did I put that stuff? I've been trying to make things easier to find, but I can't swear to it. Oh, is that Artie? Oh, there's Artie. All right, I found Artie and his kangaroo friends. So, I'm going to have some fun here. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I forgot I put them away in that one tray because when my grandson sees figures that are not on them, they're his to play with. What did I just knock over? Aha! Those darn trains down low that separated. All right, guys, all right. All right, UK trains, you're just taking the rest of the night off. I'm tired of fighting with you. Must be a Rolling Stones gremlin in my basement today because he's making my Beatles trains act up and I'm not happy about it. But there it is. So anyhow, let's go to that GoPro view. 1001, 1002, 1000, yeah, about 2.5 seconds. We'll go to the GoPro view again. All right, Randall's taking off. Or not. Okay, I don't think he's just said he was falling asleep. Okay, no, that's good, good. I'm glad you're not leaving. I'm a step closer to mailing it off. I still got to whitewash it, but I did change out. Joyce is going to come in and complain about the small screen on this computer. Chug, 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 chug. Nice thing is this train is almost long enough that when the camera goes around a curve, you can look back and see the end of it. See right there. See you go around the curve, you can see the train behind it. Bing! That might be Joyce texting me right now going. All right, so there's Artie. Yeah, I've got Persil trucks. I got a lot of stuff. I don't know exactly what Herb's connection to Persil was. He might have worked for them for a while or what, but he had a whole bunch of Persil cars, and then he took a V200 and repainted it into Persil colors. I've got to make that digital one of these days. But there's Artie, and if you go a little bit further to the left, there's Waldo. Now the Fowler, rest in peace Fowler bus system, I haven't given up on Fowler yet. It's one way or the other it's going to happen. The trucks are working, the road is working. It's just the turnouts aren't working. And I want to lay the road down. I just want to give one more shot to see if I can get those stupid reed sensors. Well, that's all right. Hey, 81, and you're in Gdansk, Poland. Awesome. Lucky you, lucky you. Or maybe not lucky you, but I wouldn't mind visiting Gdansk some way, someday. All right, well, I'm going to pick a camera you guys can all enjoy, and then I'm going to see if I can sort out these darn Beetle trains today. Why are they giving me fits? Why did it wait this long before it finally uncoupled and crashed? Keep doing this. I'm trying to run a live stream and you guys are acting up. You're acting like the Beatles on a breakup. YouTube cars are the primary problem. You always are. So I'm just going to remove you. Oh, wait. Nope, nope. You're the primary problem. So off you come. Yep, and there you go. Your stupid, could have just done beans, you know? You could have. You could have. You could have. Stupid coupling system. I've never seen a train with this coupling system I've liked. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, we've had a few words. We'll see if they... Hello, Bernard. Sir Bernard. What happened? What happened? Yeah, they are. The UK trains on the bottom are being just a tad annoying. Let's just use the word annoying. And I'll even show you what the problem is. You see, for some reason, Hornby elected to do this Beatles train with this sort of hook and pinion system. And this one is a little bent down. It's a little bent down, so when it's connected to the hook on the other train, any sort of a bump uncouples it. Plus, every now and then when it goes through a curve, it gets jammed here. So it's a crappy connection system. If this had a KD coupler system or a European coupler system, we wouldn't be having these problems. But no, they went with this crazy system. Why? Why don't they use the same one they use with the Azumas, the 800s and such? Hi, dear.
Hi, honey.
My Beetle trains are acting like they're recording the Get Back, Let It Be sessions, if you know what I mean. They are fighting and being pains in the patootie.
Gotcha.
Everybody else seems to be doing fine.
I'm glad.
Even the 449 that I fixed.
He's doing good.
He's
glad.
been running well.
Glad.
Oh, your adoring fans are saying hi.
Yes, they are.
So I better get your camera on. Da 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 da.
I can say hi.
Oh, you want the mic too, don't you? I gotta have the mic. Give me the mic. I have to have the mic.
That's right. All right. So, first of all,
if you're gonna
hi.
use the mic, you still gotta speak up.
Hi, everybody. So, hi, Tom. Hello to Willie and Willie's mom. So, hi
Carol.
there, Bernard.
Willie's mom is
Hi,
Carol.
Mick. Hi, Randall. Hi there, Andy. Hello, Lee. Hi, Tom. A different Tom. Hi, Colin.
Hello, all Toms. Hello, all
Hello, all
Andys.
Toms. Hello, all Andys. How about that? Hi, Southern Cross.
Then they don't feel as special.
Oh, hi there. Hi.
Hi there. Hi.
Hi, Valley.
Heidi,
Hi,
Heidi,
Dino.
Heidi,
Hello, Stanover.
That's Mark.
Mark from Stanover. Yeah, I guess I should know that. All right, yeah, this is the Psychedelic Furs shirt. We went to the concert. It was with Squeeze.
Yeah, we saw Psychedelic Furs and Squeeze, and we went to see Squeeze, but the Furs were the better show.
They were, because they were losing their voices.
Whoops.
So, hello there, Ellen. Is she Sir Ellen? I'm a top girl. I guess that's a good thing, I think.
Yep.
So, and again, if I miss anybody, hi. Going there, Banner.
There you go.
Okay.
But I'm a huge Squeeze fan. I love Squeeze, the UK Squeeze. But
Hi, Andrew.
you know, it's different in Tilbrook, and really that's all it is. It's different in Tilbrook, and none of the original five guys Squeeze, the other five guys is there. Jules Holland and I can't think of the drummer's name right now. Crap. He works on the Jules Holland show. They both refuse to have anything to do with different in Tilbrook. Is it no? It's Difford. Chris Difford. He might have been sick. They didn't say anything, but he had no voice when we saw him. He sounded terrible. The songs he sings lead, He sounded terrible.
Nice.
Tilbrook sounded great. I always screw up which one's Difford and which one's Tilbrook.
I don't know either.
But I think Glenn Tilbrook is the one you more often think of as the lead singer. But Chris Difford sang a lot of songs, especially
He did.
lead songs, especially early in his career. But he did. Difford sounded terrible. Now they are on concert tour, and I've got people that went to see him saying, "Oh my God, they sounded great." So maybe he just didn't have his voice that tour or early on. But the Psychedelic Furs, and I was not a Psychedelic Furs in the 80s. They had like one song I kind of liked, which is The Ghost in You, but their other big songs in the United States I wasn't really into. Love My Way wasn't, even though we actually have a version. We have a model train parody song of the Psychedelic Furs, Love My Way. But they released a solo album, I think it goes to 2022. And we saw them in 2023. Their new album, they performed like 6 songs off that new album. Oh my God, those were awesome songs. I loved their new stuff. Did I just see Chris from the Valleys is here? Sir Chris, welcome in. Hello, hello. Jojo was a man who thought he was alone, but he knew it couldn't last. Jojo left his home in Tucson, Arizona, for some California.
I have to look that up.
Get back. All right, good night, Mark. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. Can't beat custard pie, right, Joyce? Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Yeah, no, you can beat custard pie. We like chocolate cream pie.
But, well, it's because, first of all, when the band was doing their best, you know, when a band starts out,
care,
it's
Mark.
everybody's together. But gradually, Difford and Tilbrook became the main songwriters, of which Tilbrook eventually became the main face of the band. And they kicked Jules Holland out of the band once, and then they had Paul Carrick come in, and Paul Carrick played their biggest American hit, Tempted. He sang most of that. And then Carrick quit and then joined Mike and the Mechanics. But Carrick would rather have been a solo artist, but he joined, and the UK Squeeze album West Side Story was with Paul Carrick. And then they talked Jules Holland into coming back, and then Difford and Tilbrook decided they weren't getting along. They were both arguing, so they split up and said, we will never perform again, we don't like each other, blah, blah, blah. And they left the rest of the band hanging in the lurch. So every time they've done a reunion since, Jules Holland says, you know, oh, Custard Pie by Led Zeppelin.
Oh.
Do you know a song, Custard Pie by Led Zeppelin? It's not ringing a bell with me.
Ringing,
You're the Zeppelin fan.
I am, yeah, I'd have to look it up. I probably know what it is, but right now I can't think of what it is. All right.
We'll talk about...
Hi, Rick's Trains.
Hey, hi, Sir Rick from Rick's Trains.
Sure
Welcome
was
in,
nice
welcome in.
seeing you and talking, chatting with you. I enjoy talking with you and Linda.
Yeah, it was nice seeing you. Of course, Lisa wasn't there this time.
That's right. Not Linda. Sorry, I do know.
I've had, the thing is, I've had so many people
it's
this
on
week.
Physical Graffiti. Okay, I definitely know that album.
On Physical Graffiti. See, that is not one of my... What other songs are on Physical Graffiti that I might know? Because I was never a big Zeppelin fan, so I know the names of their albums, but I only know their big hits.
I think that had...
Is that either Kashmir or Stairway to Heaven?
I think Kashmir was on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I love Kashmir. Kashmir and Stairway to Heaven. Of course,
I love Kashmir.
yeah, Kashmir is cool. We should do a parody song of Kashmir.
Dazed and confused,
So long.
Yeah.
We could do that. Could you do that one?
I don't know.
If we did a parody of Dazed and Confused? Because, you know, Dazed and Confused, the Yardbirds did when Jimmy Page was with the Yardbirds, the singer of the Yardbirds did Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, Fostoria, Ohio Model Railroad Club is here. So hello,
Well, welcome
Fostoria,
in.
Ohio.
We actually
My-
we've gone to your Christmas train galas.
Yeah, my
Grandson, well, daughter loves it, and our grandson loves your trains.
oh gosh, yeah, I have family members who still lived in Fostoria. My mom was from Fostoria.
Anyhow, Fostoria, the next time you type in, you will now be blue like everybody else in here, and you will have a royal spanner. So you can now post a link to your channel, and many, if not all these fine people here that don't know you will check your channel out, and many will actually join. And I see Forever DC302 is here. Welcome in, welcome in. So what's going on in here? My every Friday live stream. This is what, number 258, which means I have done 258 Fridays in a row without a miss, and that includes several years where I was overseas and still managed to do it. We did it live from the UK. We did it once from Cardiff and was it Liverpool? No, Bangor. We didn't do it from Liverpool. Oh my God, that car derailed again.
I was gonna say, it sounds
I
like
am
you
tired
gotta-
of these Beatles album cars.
You
All right,
gotta
he's done.
derail
He's done.
her. Okay.
He just keeps derailing.
Yep.
I need to turn him around.
Yeah.
But I run my European-based trains, although every now and then I have UK, which is also Europe technically. But yeah, I do my Central European trains, occasionally false flags and such, but yeah, it's what we do. All right, Randall is...
Oh, you have a tornado watch in your area? Yeah.
Oh, I have a watch,
I
yeah.
know. I saw that it was going to be bad. You better take care of yourself then too, Randall.
Because we're supposed to have winds, but I don't think we're expecting heavy
There's
storms.
a severe storm threat tomorrow.
Severe
Two
storm
different
threat
ways.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Now,
But
what
it's
plans do you have this
stronger to
weekend?
the
Do you have
west.
any plans this weekend?
All week, AJ.
AJ tomorrow, right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Sunday.
Sunday, just kind of catch up.
All right. Do we know what time our sun is
Oh,
coming
you're
tomorrow?
watching the storms on the radar? Well, as a weather nerd, I will too.
Yeah, Joyce is
I'm a weather
Joyce
nerd.
is science, and now other science. She used to be big geology, but now it's weather.
Oh, I like geology too. Okay, so let's zoom out and cruise over to Randall's area. Oh, isn't that pretty? Doesn't look like it's got a lot of rotation in it yet.
Ah.
There's one
Oh, so where
rotating
he's at?
storm.
Yeah.
Moderate impact. Low impact for a tornado.
Okay.
So that's where he is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll keep an eye on it for you.
Joyce is spying on you, Randall. She's got her spy satellite zoomed in on you right now,
I know.
checking your weather situation.
Right. Well, let's progress it.
No disco. No disco. See, that's the number one thing. People always ask, how come you don't do this or you don't do that? And number one answer is because I don't like that song. I have to like the song to do it. And it even drives Joyce crazy because there's songs I like and know, and sometimes she doesn't. Or she knows them because she hears me play them, but a lot of times if they're coming up on the radio, I'm singing along and she's just going, la 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 la. I'll just ignore this song, and then now I make her sing it.
Interestingly, it looks like it's going to get worse once it passes your area. It's going to blow up more.
Okay, let's do this. This was a question that we were going to do in the video, but let's just do this one since we have you here live.
What?
Of the songs we published, which one was the most cringeworthy to you that you sang? We all know the cringeworthy ones for me, which is pretty much all. But the one you did not like doing, where you don't like the song to begin with, it's not one of your favorite songs, and...
Maybe Talk Talk.
Talk.
Yeah, it's not really my jam. I did it all right, but...
And I love Talk. I love
Yes,
the
he
band,
does,
and I love the
yes.
song. Because there are some she has refused to sing, like, I can't do that song, forget I'm not doing it.
Oh, yeah,
But
there's
there are
ones that
some she'll do, but...
aren't on my range.
Talk.
and how much rock and roll and I can
What
do
about
at this
Whisper
age.
to a Scream, the trains?
I actually didn't mind that one.
You didn't mind doing that one.
I didn't sound real good on it, but I didn't mind it.
But like you got some good.
What do you think you missed, Bernard?
Yeah, I hated disco. It drove me into punk rock.
Yeah.
I got into punk rock because
I
rock
didn't
and roll
like
was
it
kind
either, and went for Zeppelin in that area, hard rock. So you found it. I don't know if you would.
Actually, I wound up not needing it.
Oh.
I logged in, and it already had your name and password saved.
Right.
But then it had to verify it was you, so it sent a text to your phone and to your tablet. So I just went onto your tablet and clicked, yes, it's me.
Okay. Okay then, I won't worry about it if you found it.
Yep. Well, I found it, I just couldn't read it. I can't say it out loud here now, but
Yeah.
the last 2 or 3 letters were like,
Oh,
what the
gotcha.
hell does that say?
Yeah. So it remembered it.
Crazy Train by Ozzy. I'm not a big Ozzy solo fan, but
What are all these
Ozzy with Black Sabbath,
tabs
yeah.
up here?
Randy Rhoads, great guitarist, yeah. But, you know, the thing is, people will try to suggest songs, and again, as I said in the one video I did where I talk about that, you can't suggest a song to me. I listen to my music playlist, and I have thousands of songs, and I listen to them all the time. There's always music, and Joyce and I are driving. We are playing music. If Joyce and I are
Yep.
not enjoying TV, music goes on. We're working on a project. We have music. We are always listening to music. And I'll listen to 100 songs. And then I'll decide I'm in a mood for a certain playlist. And I'll play that same playlist
Oh,
twice in a
okay.
row. And then 1 in 1,000 times, I'll hear a song that I just heard. And my brain will come up with a, what did you just do?
Liked it.
And I'll make a joke line. And Joyce will raise her eyebrow like, uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
And then I will just see if I can come up with more lines. And if I come up with 3 or 4 good lines,
Why is that popping up?
why is what popping out?
Your tablet here all of a sudden keeps popping on.
Because it's powered through this right now. So
Yeah.
if something's happening with this, that pops up.
And then it goes black and it pops back up, so.
Because it's powering, not powering, powering, not powering.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So it comes up to say, hey,
Oh, I had a puker today.
oh, great.
Well, yeah, we were going to lunch. Right in front of the bathroom. She could have stepped into it, but of course she didn't. Blech. Lovely. Okay then. Well, I got everybody down, went back. She's at the top of the stairs. I said, come down. You're
Good
going
night.
right
Hi.
to the nurse. Oh, I just think I ate too much for breakfast. Hee hee hee. Get in the nurse's office. Next thing I know, the secretary's finding me. She needs her things. I said, she said she ate too much. Well, she's puked twice in the nurse's office.
She
Well,
ate
she's
too
going-
much.
She's going home.
Yeah.
Okay, that's charming. At this point of the year, she needed to do it in my room. I need a good mopping. But that's sad, isn't it? So that got us started on a roll.
Because
Yeah.
once I write a song, we then have to go through a process. Joyce,
She's
do you
unhappy.
think you
She's
could sing
unhappy.
this? Now, so Talk was one you did not particularly enjoy because that's also a tough song to sing lyrically.
Well, I managed it all right, but
You did a fine job, but it was tough to do.
it was tough to do.
But the toughest song to do we've never done.
Thanks, Andy.
The toughest song that's proved to be tough are both of those Moody Blues songs. Right? We've got the 2 Moody Blues songs, Legend
I
of a
was reading-
Mine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. There's a
but
few
I
I
still
just
wanna
haven't
do-
been able to do.
I'm just a member of a model train club. But you can do that part. You just can't do the middle 8.
Where are you getting snow, Bernie? Yeah, I know I don't. Bernard, sorry. Where's Bernard?
Gonna get, yeah. Where are they? Ooh. We were up to 42 at one time. We've had a small crowd today. We're up to 42.
Yeah, when I
now
lugged
it's
you
down
on
to
for a little
32.
bit, and you didn't have as many as you normally did at that time.
Normally we have a spike when you come on.
I didn't see it as much. Because the Americans tend to come in about now.
Yeah, but we were up to 44, and now it's down to 31. Somebody else just left. All right, I'm out too. It's all the background people.
Well, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button.
I use Windows.
Yeah.
I have a reverse snobbery. I refuse to use anything from Apple.
Yeah, Lola's good.
Oh yeah, I love the King's Lola. Met her in a club down in Old Soho where they drink champagne and it tastes just like cherry cola.
You know, Hyperdrive too, but I can't think how that goes.
See, that's one I should try to do. Thinking of Hyperdrive, but not that song. Entrance song.
Oh wow. You think that would work?
You know the one I'm talking about.
I
don't know if you could do it. I don't know if I could do it. Rolling fast down I-75, supersonic overdrive. Rolling fast down I-35, bending time and bending light. Oh, 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 oh. Yep, I do. Yeah, I do Windows. I'm very anti-Apple. I won't do anything that has I in front of it, and I don't do Mac.
I was on the oh gosh. What's the
The Assassin's Creed.
Oh, the Assassin's Creed movie. We really like the songs from the intro and the outro.
Yeah. Well, is it Black? No, it's Black Angels.
That ain't right, 'cause I'm leaving into the night.
Into the Light.
Into the light. Yeah, I have been singing it wrong. Oh, okay. Well, hello to Heather again. Also, and good luck with your training. This stage of my career, I'm really not, that's a version of Hyperdrive?
Oh, what's the band that did it? Entrance song. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah. The Black Angels. Okay, it is the
Okay,
Black
the Black
Angels.
Angels, yeah.
Love that song.
We do.
Love that song. And I forget, it's actually two bands that joined together to do the other one.
Yeah, right.
Feed me not dinner. Rolling fast down I-35. Supersonic overdrive. Rolling fast down I-35. Through the day and past the night. Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah.
Yep. Love that song. I just screwed that camera up, but what the hell?
Yeah, this
Bend
is
in
called
time,
the
bend in
entrance song.
Yeah, this song is called Entrance Song. It's by the Black Angels. I can't play it on here because we get a copyright strike, but
Right.
not that we're planning on doing it. It might get stuck in my head. I might take it as a challenge because that's what happened with, we did the epic Beatles Abbey Road Side 2 medley, which got about the average number of views our parody songs get, but yeah, that was not intended. That was, I got one line in one part of the song, you know, it's 8 songs joined together. I got one line in one song, and then another line, another song, and I just made a quick joke about it. Joyce looked at me and says, "You're not doing this." I said, no, but I just did, those lines just came to my mind and threw it. But no, there's no way I'm going to do a 17-minute song. There's no way I'm doing a 17-minute song. And the next day, I'm sitting down on my computer writing the lyrics, and Joyce comes downstairs.
I get home and it's
I'm listening to the song again, and Joyce goes,
"Here's a 17-minute song for you, Joyce."
"Well, no, you came down. It was Saturday morning. You came down, and I was already writing and listening to the song again, and you're like, you're listening to that song again." She had that look, "You're listening to that song again. You're doing it, aren't you?" And I just had to sheepishly go, "Yeah. I thought you said you weren't doing that song." "Yeah, but my brain took it as a challenge." See, the thing is, anybody can kind of do it.
Oh, who's that? But I
You know, but to really sit down and work out the vocal rhythm, the pattern, the feet, the meter, the entire vocal rhythm, and then have the lyrics kind of make sense. There is a skill to that. I think there is a skill to that. You know, it's like there's this group on YouTube that have been around for like 11 years. They're called Epic Rap Battles of History. And when they came out 12 years ago, they were hilarious. But they were doing these songs. You know, it's famous people in literature or history fighting each other, having what we used to call when I was a kid slip fights or insult fights, or doing the dozens. But rap battles, you did the same thing, except you had to sing it. So you had to have a beat, a rhythm, and a rhyme. And they were magical at this. Epic Lloyd and Nice Peter.
Mm-hmm.
And they did some brilliant ones. But if you actually read the lyrics, these guys researched. They researched the topics they were talking about and made the most amazing allusions and references to little events that you really have to know. Like when they have Romeo and Juliet rap battle against Bonnie and Clyde. They make little references to little events, both from the play and that are absolutely hilariously. You knew they did their research. But once they became famous, getting 40, 50 million views per video or more, all of a sudden all these imitation channels appeared. And it's a bunch of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23-year-olds, you know, going on TikTok or whatever and trying to do their own version. But they don't put the work into it. It's like every other word's the F word, and they're just, you know, 10 million gay insults, 10 million F-bombs, or at best, a "your mama's so fat" joke. And it's like, no, they're trying to imitate it, but they don't have the skill, mental or work skill, to do it even close to the degree these other guys did. It's like all those bands that after the Beatles came out were like, well, if those guys can do it, we can too, and they sound like crap. Because it wasn't that easy. And so, yeah, watching these guys was something, watching something that's, see, now I'm probably going to listen to that song.
Yeah.
And then I'll start writing it.
Oh.
I think you could sing it.
You've stunned the crowd.
What? Yeah.
You've stunned the crowd.
Yeah, I've lulled them into sleep.
Wakey,
the
wakey.
chat has died.
Wakey, wakey.
Well, hello, Gus
hi
Hadley.
there, Gus.
Sir Gus, welcome in from Arno. Sir Gus of Arno. But, well, you know, I'm talking my parody songs, so everybody's like, yeah. Oh, speaking of stuff I write,
Yeah?
I went to Steve Childers' Friday live stream,
Yeah.
his lunchtime live stream.
Right.
Jason the Train Freak joins them a lot.
Okay.
Jason, I don't know if he... Little Freak was there.
Oh.
Train Freak Jr.?
Yeah. He's grown up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've...
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him in a couple of
See a
years in a video
teenager?
or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Almost didn't recognize him. Actually, I didn't
Uh-huh.
recognize him. I was just like, is this somebody that works with Jason that he's got with him? And then somebody said Aaron, and I was like, oh, it is.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I made
Sweet.
one Smokey reference, and they ignored it.
Yeah, okay.
You know, wow, Smokey's getting big. Yeah, we're still
Hi,
on. We
Steve.
go to 6 o'clock.
He's the same age as Cheyenne. Okay.
So, you know, I got a picture of him from when he was 11, you know, as
Cheyenne's in
Smokey. And
seventh
he's not
grade?
Smokey anymore.
Yeah.
Cheyenne is what, 13 or 14 now?
I say, is she in 7th grade? 8th grade?
Oh, I thought she's 8th grade this year. Yeah,
8th grade. Okay. Thanks, Randall.
So 13.
Yeah, we lose track. That's for sure. And 13. Yeah. Oh boy, she's
It's all a
grown
bunch
up.
of horse poop. Granted, he's not the voice. He's just
Yeah.
the face.
Oh, sure he is.
Yeah, I gotta start listing my characters out and see if anybody wants to be. If anybody wants to be a character in the next Matt Clark series, I'll have some characters
14
coming
in
up
July. Okay. Yeah, we have a couple July birthdays. Our two youngest are July, and then Valentina's July.
soon. Yep. Our daughter-in-law is July.
Daughter-in-law.
We have 3 birthdays in July now, and then October has 2.
Mm-hmm.
December now has 2.
Yep.
Me and Kyan.
Yep. Can I join you?
Kyan and I have birthdays
14
in
on the
December.
14th.
14 on the 14th. Spaghetti and clams. Ugh. Swordfish with a Fanta. Ugh.
Cutest bandit in the West. Indeed he is. Yeah, wowza.
She's already looking forward to driving.
I always tell my 4th graders, you know, the way we maneuver in the hall is not that different from how you drive.
My
Don't
oldest,
cut in front of somebody, you'll get hit.
my oldest and youngest weren't necessarily looking forward to driving. It was just sort of, all right, let's do it now. My middle one, she was ready to start driving at 10.
Yeah, she was.
She had all the video game systems, and she got the steering wheel, the gas pedal, clutches, and all that. She was the F1, the Gran Turismo.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't let her have Grand Theft
No.
because Grand Theft Auto went away from cars. And
Yeah, it did. Yes. Most certainly did. We watch Gray.
yeah, Gray still plays, right?
Gray still plays. It's fun when he does his challenges. Oh my gosh. What do I do for dinner tonight? I don't know. I'm gonna go to the grocery store.
You're going to do the grocery shopping tonight?
Yeah. Well, some of it at least. Besides,
Oh,
tomorrow's
wow.
gonna be very crappy with the same stuff that Randall has. Not as severe here.
I hear you.
It's puttering
Well,
out
that
west.
throws an interesting thing in dinner. Hello, Sir Ewan. Welcome in.
Hi, Ewan.
Oh, Lindy's back. We're back, Post Park and Aaron's, and he's just as riled up as... Haven't burned it out of him yet, have
No.
you? Okay, your grandson is...
Okay.
So here we
Plug
go.
your ears, y'all.
Everybody, if you're new to the channel, in the background, plug your ears. Are you ready?
Yep.
Kyan! Hey, Kyan! Opa loves you! Hey,
love
Kyan! Hi, Kyan!
And Lenny.
And Lenny. And
And hope Chris is feeling
and
better.
hope Chris is feeling better, yes.
My volume's not on very
3,
high. Look at the house.
2, 1.
Okay.
There's that 2.5 second delay.
Yeah.
Does this say?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's behind.
We haven't done a pizza in a while.
We haven't done pizza in a while.
I don't know if that sounds good or not.
Pizza doesn't sound bad.
Okay, we can do that. Okay. I can order from my phone.
You could order from your phone, maybe.
No, they made me download the app.
They made you download the app? They made you? How did they make you? Did they come over with, you have to download the app! Now! Do it now! You have to download the app!
Like, well,
I'm a shoot! Download the damn app! Now!
Couldn't do it on my thing. Oh, that went right back away.
Huh? Your app crashed on you and closed.
Oh, it did.
That's because you didn't download it correctly! She's staying ten stuff. Bacon and eggs, please! Hey, Artie! You're not supposed to be showing your face online, dude! Well, okay, you're not showing your face, but, you know.
I forget my password, though.
Oh, for goodness, and you don't have it saved as memory?
Oh, wait, it's up here. Yeah, I know, I don't know why it's not saved.
Because you probably told your phone not to.
Sometimes I do. I have a book, you know.
Ati is invisible.
Ati is not here.
He is here.
I know.
House America. Popping in to say hi. His ears were burning when I mentioned him, and that his wacky weekend will be on my channel for the next few weeks. Every week instead of every other week.
Future.
Gemini, man. Hi, what's your sign?
Pop the pizza. Which... Oh, shit, I don't know which Buckeye it is.
Hi, are you a Libra? Big silly dummy stood there and tried to figure it out, and I tippy-toed around him and went to the end zone for a touchdown. You overcomplicate your passwords, too. At least you're not reciting it out loud. Melbourne tomorrow for... Oh, yep. The GoPro died.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. It's going to take a few seconds for it to log off here, but yeah, it just said we lost connection.
Yeah. We are done.
But it's still running and it's still recording. This said it lost connection.
Yeah. Alright, what do y'all want? Oh, sorry.
That's hilarious. It's still recording. So it really doesn't need to go...
It's dead,
It
but
doesn't need to go through the
dead,
phone
but
app?
It's not.
It doesn't need to go through the phone app? That's weird. Because it's supposed... You have to have it through the phone app for Mona to get it, but I guess once Mona gets it to VLC, then it's good, because this said it lost connection, but it's still going.
Pepperoni?
Yeah, pepperoni. Barbecue ribs. People, simple pizza. Pepperoni, ground beef, Italian sausage. You people. Learn to eat simply. Overcomplicate things. You had margarita pizza last night. I had Margaret pizza last night, and boy, Margaret's family wasn't happy.
Should we see if Liz wants something?
Good question. You can go see if she's in the living room if you want. She's in the living room, you can ask. If not...
I should be right back.
You have to download the app! You will be shot and asked to leave the country. Now we have, we do Pizza Hut a lot. Because I used to hate pizza, but it's gotten better. And they do a really good stuffed crust. Otherwise, we have a local chain, Marco's, which I really like. And then there's Geno's, and we have 2 Geno's in Toledo. And it's the same family, except it's different sides of the family. And the one is really good, and the one's really bad. So I don't know if it's the original. I think it's the original is good, but something happened, the family split, and so one half of the family got one restaurant, the original's on the other side. So Geno's original is good, the other Geno's is not good. know, they used to be more expensive than everybody else, but anymore, what I miss is the Mafia pizza. Dominic's, and no, not Domino's. Dominic's was a local restaurant in Toledo. It was the Mafia restaurant. That was the Mafia restaurant. They had a separate room for when the Mafia guys, but the main room you go eat. They made a great lasagna, but their pizzas, we would order their pizzas and go pick them up because they didn't deliver. But they were awesome pizzas. I loved Dominic's pizza. But I would rarely get pizza from them because if I went to Dominic's, I wanted their lasagna. They had the best lasagna. Yeah, well, we had that happen with the most famous food from Toledo, Ohio, Tony Paco's hot dogs. Those of you old enough to remember the show MASH, and the character Klinger, Corporal Klinger, would always talk about Tony Paco's hot dogs in Toledo. And yes, Tony Paco's is a real place. It's still around. We took Artie to Tony Paco's. But the family had an issue where Tony Paco III went public and got partners, and then bad business deals. He was not running things correctly, and his partners voted him out and took over Tony Paco's, and there was a back and forth lawsuit that lasted 5 years, and he finally got control of Paco's back again. But there was a time where we had 4 Paco's restaurants, the original, which was run by the business partner, and then the other Paco's, which was run by the Paco's family. And then they finally reunited them, and now the Paco's family owns Tony's Paco's again. And I guess Tony Paco III learned his lesson. They opened up Popeyes by you? Wow. Well, probably everybody tried it, then said, oh, American crap. Because that's just it. Joyce and I try very hard not to eat American chain restaurants. We try to avoid all chain restaurants. But we did find a nice British pizza chain restaurant. I can't remember its name. But the pizza was good, but their beer, they had an Italian beer, Gran Reserva. And that was really, really good. No, Sonics were here and then gone. Sonic did not last in Toledo. Hot Now did not last long. But Sonic opened in Toledo and then was just gone. I don't think they lasted 2 years in Toledo. Oh, what's the one that's on the corner? Because that finally closed, went out of business. Not Checkers, but they're with Checkers. I can't think of their... And of course, you guys still have, in the UK, you still have Wimpy's are over there. There are a couple of Wimpy's in the United States, but when I was a kid, you'd see them in the East. You'd see Wimpy's in the East, and they've long been gone. Arthur Treacher's, there's one. Yeah, Arthur Treacher's was the first time I had fish and I liked it. Because I don't like fish, but Arthur Treacher's was good. I like Arthur Treacher's. I miss them. I still remember the 3 locations in Toledo. One is now a flower shop. Joyce and I don't do Papa John's pizza. We have Papa John's in Toledo, but we boycott. Let's just put it that way. We boycott Papa John's pizza. And then we have a lot of local chains that are just Toledo. Marco's is the biggest. Vito's. Domino's came back to Toledo, but Domino's will deliver 50 feet from my house, but it won't deliver to my house. It's more than 50 feet. It's a couple of 100 yards. It's half a block up a side road here. They'll deliver across this one street, but right across the street, additional couple of 100 feet, they won't deliver. And I'm so mad because I loved Domino's, and then they went belly up and shut down 90% of their stores, and now they're back. We have Wendy's, which is in Ohio, that went national. Wendy's is now franchised like McDonald's, so there's a couple of Wendy's, like the closest Wendy's we might go to. They're too dry. They fry their burgers and they're dry. How do you fry and still have a dry burger? And then the one in Maumee is very good. Sonic Hot Dogs is on Secor. Well, there you go. See, I didn't know that. Hey, Lynn, what was the one on Airport and Bern that finally shut down? The burger joint where they had good fries, but I hated the burger. Joyce isn't here. Your mom isn't here for me to ask, so. Well, hello, Monsville. But yeah, I'm always up to try a local place. Like there was a local place in Bangor, Wales, that made really good stone pizza. That was good. We had not really had stone-fired pizza, and we had it all over in the UK, and it was good everywhere we went. We had it from a little Pakistani guy in London. That was just awesome, really good. We just had it in all these different places, and this little mom and pop shop. There's another one in Liverpool, but I think it was a chain in Liverpool that had really good pizzas. Hello, Kieran. Sir Kieran, how are you? Waiting to see if my... Raleigh's, that's it, because Raleigh's is gone now. But Sonic was burger and hot dogs, Lynn. Is it just Sonic? Because that's the thing. Nettie's, when I was a kid, Nettie's, which is another local chain, was burgers and hot dogs. Now they're just hot dogs and chicken. But Nettie's used to do burgers, and they don't do burgers anymore. And they had really good burgers. Mom and I want to try all the ice cream shops burgers, because Lickety Split stayed open all winter. They stayed open for their other foods, so you could go in and get burgers. And Mom and I keep saying, well, let's try, and then we don't go over and try their burgers. You stopped at a Whataburger in Springfield. They got pretty good food. Miss der Wiener Schnitzel. I just miss Wiener Schnitzel. We used to have Das Essen House here in Toledo, and they used to make a good Wiener Schnitzel. Sonic is playing. See, I've never had Sonic. I tried Raleigh's once, and it was awful. The fries were really good, and their fries were voted best fries in Toledo. But I still think Rudy's hot dog makes the best fries. But Rudy's, see, everybody knows Tony Paco's the famous, literally everybody knows Tony Paco's the famous Hungarian hot dog from Toledo. But Rudy's is usually voted the #1 hot dog in Toledo. But I don't really like hot dogs, so I always get burgers. And Rudy's is a cafeteria type place. It's a greasy spoon. Nothing at Rudy's is healthy, but it's all good. Their shakes are good. Their fries are the best. And their double cheeseburger is my favorite cheeseburger anywhere in the world. Sonic is a hedgehog. There's that too. The Netties we went to had chicken. They had chicken and hot dogs. The one up here, because Mom and I went up there to finally get Nettie's Burger because it's been like 30 years since I've had Nettie's. What?
This is being difficult.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was supposed to take more than an hour, so I don't know if we want to do something else.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know.
I'm going to try it one more time.
The second best burger I ever had in my life was a place in Germany, in Bamberg, Germany, that's now closed. I sung their praises on Google Eats, and a year later they're out of business. Excuse me.
I don't think it was us.
Well, yeah, I blame the locals. I would eat there a lot if I lived in Bamberg.
More, yeah.
I don't know, maybe we can get the whole family to move to Bamberg.
There's an error processing your card.
Oh, do they have your old card?
Oh. Maybe this, I have to go backwards. Alright, I'm giving up because it's just not working.
Alright. Well, now I don't know what to do. They always say an hour, and then it's half an hour.
Not always. Oh, God. And honestly, for the time that would take, I could go shopping and bring something back.
Yep. Yeah, Joyce was following the weather. Yep.
Yeah.
Because we're in Toledo. We things go around us. They don't tend to hit us.
Tends to, yeah.
But, yeah, we're talking food. Burger places.
Okay.
And we had another great place that's long gone in Toledo before my kids were born. Actually, before I graduated high school, I think they were gone. Holland House. Home of the moron burger, because you were a moron to eat the whole thing. Big burger.
Oh,
Originally
yeah.
it was just one giant
Probably
patty, and then they
found it.
changed it to a bunch of small patties on a giant ass bun. And that was giant ass and bun. That was a pun I did there. That was my other dog impersonation. Whoop whoop. Oh, it's so early in the morning for those negative waves, Moriarty. Crap. Gotta do oddball.
I don't think this is live. This
Now,
is live. Yeah, it's
Andy,
live.
you are in the London area, correct? Hot Dog Pilot Andy, you're in the London area.
It's been a while since I've gone to his live feeds.
You don't wake up for his live feeds.
Huh? No, I was talking to this dude. This is Ryan Hall.
Oh, you're Ryan Hall, dude.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I won't be seeing you tonight.
Oh, nah, I don't have that much.
35 miles north of London.
He's 35 miles north of London?
Hot Dog Pilot Andy. I knew he was
Oh, okay.
relatively close to London.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Oh, I'll have to swing by around you when we are,
Yeah, there's a couple of, well, there's several,
on.
but I'm trying to remember the famous one. There's one in Wyoming. If you ordered their 72-ounce steak, was it 72 ounce?
Wow.
That if you could eat it, it was free.
Wow.
It was that place we stayed at, we ate at in
Yeah,
Wyoming.
Right.
They had that big steak, and if you could, I forget how many ounces it was. I mean, 48 ounces is 3 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I once, my late friend Dean and I went to Fuddruckers. That's a good
Yeah.
burger place I miss.
Yep.
They're still around in a couple of places, but I miss Fuddruckers. Those were good burgers. But anyhow, especially for a chain.
Yeah.
But they used to have quarter, third, half, 3/4, and pound burger. And my friend Dean and I decided, he was like, I bet you couldn't eat their pound burger. And so it became a bet. And I mildly regretted it later, but I won. He couldn't fit. the difference is I just had cheese, ketchup, and mustard on mine. He loaded his with tomato and onion and whatever else he put on his. I was like, his burger was twice as big as mine. No wonder he couldn't finish it.
Right.
Yeah, your Fuddruckers closed. Yeah, the whole chain might be gone. Fuddruckers put you in labor with the first child.
That's funny.
You went into labor because of a meal. Which kid was it? You had heartburn and indigestion, and then suddenly,
Lynn,
padoom.
and
It was Lynn.
It was just a sandwich I made here at home. I think it was eggs or something. Hard eggs. Yeah.
I love Fuddruckers. It's a shame. There was one holding up. There used to be one we would drive with the kids. It would take about 40 minutes. What, 40 minutes to get there? 30, 35,
Yeah.
40 minutes to drive up to it.
Yep.
But if I said kids were going to Fuddruckers, they were in the car before I got finished
Just
with the
about, yeah.
part. Hey guys, I think we're going to drive up and go to Fuddruckers.
Yeah.
We're going to Fuddruckers!
Yeah, they loved it. It really was just, it was about a 40-minute drive, and everybody seemed happy to park, pack into the car and go.
Oh yeah, they loved it. You hardly ever get takeaways. Well, Fuddruckers was
It's
not
better for
you
you.
could order it to take away, but
Yeah.
it was a restaurant. We sat down and ate at Fuddruckers. Most of my burger joints they have takeaway, but we tend to eat there. Like Rudy's has a drive-through, but like I'll go to Rudy's every now and then with my grandson because he'll eat the hot dogs, and we just sit in there and eat, and he gets everybody loving them. Like the people we do eat at McDonald's a lot. Like it's not every Thursday, but sometimes it's 2 Thursdays in a row, and then we'll go a couple of Thursdays, and then 3 Thursdays in a row, and then we skip, and then Thursday skip.
Oh, yuck.
But we go there a
Pineapple
lot.
doesn't belong on
The crew that's there Thursdays at lunchtime,
Yeah.
they know Kyan now. They they talk to him, and he charms them.
Yeah. He's a charming little guy.
The best burger has a fried egg on it for sure. No, the best burger has cheese and nothing else. Your choice of condiment.
Yeah, you get fish and chips. Understand that.
Like I said, I had fish and chips 3 times when we went to the UK, and I liked it twice, and once it was just way too greasy. But that's the chance you take. Joyce only liked it the first time. After that, she really didn't like it again.
Oh yeah, I found it very greasy, and that turned me off.
But I had steak and ale pie.
Yeah, we've got Culver's. We do. Not real convenient, I guess, is the best way to order
We
it.
ate at a Culver's once.
We did, up in one of our kayaking trips.
Yeah, that's right.
We got ice cream there.
We got ice cream. We didn't get the burger.
Yeah.
We're going to have to try a Culver's burger. I've heard people say they're good, but then it's like White Castle.
What
There are
about
people
your
that love
fish
White
and
Castle
chips?
and then hate White Castle. I hate White Castle. First of all, because they won't make it without the onions, so I don't eat them.
What did we do fish and... Oh, we did fish and chips
Best
at our
burgers
picnic.
have beetroot in them.
That was pretty good, Artie.
See, Monsville and Artie, that's what happened with you guys living down under. You're upside down and that blood has rushed to your head and caused problems. Beetroot in a burger? No. The only thing that should be in my burger is dead cow. Or I will accept buffalo. Or bison. Because buffalo burgers are bison. That's what we should do. Just for the hell of it, we should go up to the Moose Lodge. The Moose Preserve.
That'd be a blast from the past.
Yeah,
Think it's still there?
we can find out.
Yeah.
I still think this is hilarious. The camera's still going. This thing, we lost connection. We can't find it anymore. Although it does say it's only 9%, but that'll get us through the end of the show. Wow, this has lasted 2+ hours. Normally it dies after an hour and a half. I don't know why, but it's lasted 2 hours. Let's go Bing.
Guys are green with the beetroot. Okay, you just keep your beetroot. I like veggies, but...
That sounds like the
no.
right address, and yep, it's still in business.
Okay.
Yep, that looks like the old Moose Preserve. The Moose Preserve was the first restaurant where 30-some years ago we met. Well, no, 29 years ago we actually met them. I had been talking to them for like 2-3 years online before we decided to meet.
Right.
But my best friends, Dean and John, the first time we met face to face, or was it the second time we went to the Moose Preserve? First time. Yeah. We met at the Moose Preserve, and then we would get together there once a year just for old time's sake. And then we stopped going for some reason because we were always meeting at each other's houses now.
Right.
You take beetroot pills.
You
Interesting.
got mini me? You got a mini Ellen? Yes.
Oh, I did not show her the picture, but I did buy it.
Okay.
So I've got a mini
so blood
Alan and a
pressure.
mini
Okay.
Richard from
Things in the attic?
New. Yeah, well, I've got
Oh.
him.
Okay.
I got Richard from Trains in the Attic there. Richard Watson from
New Junction.
New Junction.
Right.
And I was trying to find Peter from Torden Road, but they didn't have him there.
That's nice, Southern Cross. Is your dinner lunch?
No, thank you for coming in. The stream's always here, but not always the same people. There's a nice group that comes every week, and then others that come when they can.
Come in and out. Yep.
Then there are people that come once and you
Yeah.
never see them again.
Appreciate y'all.
We appreciate most. The ones that come and never come back, we don't appreciate them.
There's that.
The ones that come, even like, oh, I come. Liver and bacon. Oh my gosh.
Should that
When I was
be-
a kid, I liked liver, and then
Liver
somewhere
and
I
onions?
stopped liking liver.
Oh, now
Beep,
it's
beep, beep,
dying.
beep. Yeah, now the phone says, I'm done. I'm done.
The camera says it's
I've
done.
had enough. I'm shutting down. So yeah, we could maybe take a road trip and go to the Moose Preserve.
Oh, well, you gonna take the family on Sunday? Oh, then again, family's not gonna be here Sunday.
Saturday, tomorrow.
I know. I'm just saying, Sunday. Because we won't have family dinner. We'll take Liz.
Well, we could take everybody tomorrow if you wanted.
Nah,
Okay.
I'm doing the traditional. What are you
Oh,
and Liz
right.
eating?
What?
What are you and Liz eating?
I'm eating burgers.
Well, okay.
You can have your Irish meal. I'm not Irish. It doesn't appeal to me. What
So
is
you gotta
it?
do it in the crock pot.
What is your what's the beef?
Corned beef.
Corned beef, yeah, corned beef. I love
Corned
beef
beef
in every
brisket.
form except corned beef. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this real quick. Just to keep it from doing what it was going to do. Okay. Back on, everybody. I just wanted to take the camera off. Corned beef hash. Yeah, Joyce has Irish blood in her, so
Yep.
she's half German, half Scottish, half Irish.
Half, half, half.
Yeah. You're three halves. You're half German, and then you're 1/4 Scottish and 1/4 Irish.
I don't know that we have any Scots in us at all.
Oh, I thought you had some Scottish blood in you. Your
I don't
dad
think so.
said that you had Scottish blood in you
We're
somewhere.
Irish and we're English.
So where does the Scottish frugal penny pinching
I don't
bit
know.
come
I
in?
assume a little bit of the Irish is hanging out with the Scottish. You're just half pint, okay?
You're just half pint.
We get it, Annie. We get it. Wow, bacon with liver. Around here, it's liver and onions. That's what. Norm would go with Tom and get liver and onions or bacon.
Oh, it's 84 in the morning. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, that would be if it's Now, I will get up, if it's in the 80s, Joyce and I will get up early in the summer to go play tennis before it gets into the 90s. But yeah, it's kind of,
Yeah, that is awfully hot, and it's in late fall. Not that we don't get real hot temperatures in late fall too, so.
But yeah, she's got corned beef every weekend before St. Patrick's Day.
It's the weekend.
I don't do anything.
close to-
I don't have an Irish bone in my body. We never did anything Irish. It was German. And there weren't any English traditions we passed. All our traditions were German. Yeah, my air conditioning would be on all night if the low was 74. Hell yeah.
Randall, do you know, who is this? I already forgot. That's not good. Who's my weather dude?
Ryan Hall.
Yeah, do you know Ryan Hall?
Not personally.
He's good to turn on when you got nasty weather. It's the only reason why it's on my phone, because that's a different YouTube account.
Because she loves bad weather.
Well, it's interesting. But anyway, we had weather forecasted around here, so I thought, okay.
St.
Yeah,
Patrick's
he
is
goes
the
live
17th.
when there's nasty weather. Yeah, St. Pat's is 17th. We were.
The Ides of March are the
if it
15th.
went scheduled, we would have had this on the 16th. That's pretty close.
The
but
Ides of March are the
some changed the
15th.
schedule.
So tomorrow we'll be celebrating the assassination of Caesar.
Yeah, right.
As a German and even Celtic blood.
Oh, that's awful.
We'll celebrate the assassination of Caesar tomorrow. Joyce will celebrate St. Patrick's Day tomorrow as well.
Yep.
Because we're having the family, so she does it as a family meal. See, I don't have Irish, but through Joyce, the kids have some Irish in them.
Yep. I love boiled potatoes. I'm thinking of doing it on the crock pot, though. I keep seeing people saying it's the best way to cook it.
So, do it on a crock pot.
Which means I have to get it tonight.
Ugh. I thought you already bought it.
Nope. No, I bought the Easter ham.
Oh, you've already got the Easter ham.
Yeah, I was going to do something else with it, and then nobody could come that weekend.
Hail Feather.
I think I wasn't feeling good. Or he'll be right over, okay.
Yeah, just that 19 hours of plane travel in between.
Well, he's got a head start, since it's already Saturday.
Well, not my thing. But it's about that time.
It's about that time. It is that time. We're over
now
a
you
minute.
decide you're going to go grocery shopping and dinner.
I won't take long.
Right.
Really? I don't think so.
Right. I won't take long. Right. Well, don't start saying goodbye before we say goodbye. Your host wants to say goodbye.
By dinner time. Because of your...
Because I accidentally bumped that.
Whoops.
Scrolled up one and it went too far. All right, everybody. Once again, we are just
Some of his
thrilled,
favorite
amazed,
pieces.
and grateful you all showed up today. Yeah, I'll get you on camera in a second.
It's alright.
It's all right. I got to turn a couple other trains
Look at all
off.
this stuff.
Hey, that
you put
449
on.
ran wonderfully today. Yay. It's nice when I fix something and it works. But yeah, there, now you're on camera, dear.
Look at all the things you have on this Chromebook and computer I'm using. You
Yeah.
gotta clean it. Ugh.
It's been sitting for 3 months or 5 months, whatever it is.
It's nasty.
Anyhow, thank you all for joining us. We're always so overwhelmed and appreciative. And we'll be
sure.
here again next Friday. So
Yep.
doing the same thing, just different clothes.
That's about it.
Yeah, can't even guarantee that.
Yeah.
I try not to wear the same thing 2 Fridays in a row, but you know. So, we want to wish you all a great weekend.
Yeah.
Take care of yourselves out there.
Yep.
And on behalf
Stay safe.
of,
Have a plan there, Randall.
besides screaming, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Anyhow, Auf Wiedersehen
Choose.
and happy trades. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.